Welcome to Dharma Rooms, everyone. We'll meditate for a few minutes while people are arriving.
used to all of this actually. I was recently in Portugal. It's really equal age, and I know that it's something to do with it. So I just wanted to get it out because I am planning to be agnostic if I'm being fully honest, but I am open-minded to a lot of these things.
This is also in the Zen class, so it's mostly sitting. Yeah, that's a question.
Yeah, like meditation, stuff like that just comes out. Yeah, it's something me after, an hour from the,
So we are taking the shoes.
Yeah.
It's just the shoes that are on the
And welcome to Dharma Bums. Who's new to Dharma Bums tonight? First time? 3, 4, 5. Anyone new to meditation? Oh, I almost didn't have to do anything. Who has been on a week-long or 10-day meditation retreat? Oh, there's some crazy people. It's good. This is good? You do it again. There's some super crazy people. It may seem like very far away, but we just sat for almost 20 minutes meditation. If that was okay, you can do a 10-day retreat. Trust me. Because you're just doing that over and over and over again, right? Nothing more to it than that. And it's such a vacation, you don't even have to talk to anyone. Think how wonderful that can be. One of our worst human habits is having to talk to people. It's like, you hear bells, people say something, you smile, you bow, you don't say anything at all. It's really cool, total vacation. All humor aside, it's good to start off in small pieces, 2-minute meditation is good, 3 minutes. Repeat those during the day. Then maybe 20 minutes, become like, was it first Saturday of the month? Dharma Bum, morning, here.
4 hours.
4 hours. It's not really that big a leap. Nice taste. But once you can do 4 hours and feel okay with that, with your body posture and aches and pains that may come up and things, then to jump and do a week or 10 days is quite okay. Trust me. Anyone would agree? Making it sound too easy? Seems like. Yeah, of course, midweek you're sitting there, what am I doing? No, sometimes. That's important. Look at ourselves. It's like the big mirror is in front of one. It's pretty blank floor is in front of one. That's what it is. Or the wall. It's like, everything comes up. The most interesting thing about everything that arises, right? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, what we want to do tomorrow. What is the most amazing thing about all those things? They all go away, all by themselves. So except we tend to want to jump in and mess things up. So meditation, completely inhaling. Eyes open a little bit is better. You can experiment. And then completely, inhaling and like completely exhale everything that comes up. And then, again, sounds, sights, smells, thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, everything's. And then, focus, body, breathing, and awareness. Body, it's good to have body posture is a bit important, more than a bit. You want to breathe from your deep center of your body. Most of our breathing, we're conditioned like into more and more superficial breathing, so we're allowing this deep belly breathing. Inhaling, exhaling, stomach relaxes. This is really our core natural breathing. We were all breathing like this, age 2. And things get more and more constricted. So deep centered breathing. Focus. So eyes open, eyes closed. A lot of, probably most eyes closed, a lot of people are still. Yeah, so try eyes open a little bit. Just to, not wide open, not just like a little tiny bit open and gazing down a little bit. And then let's see what happens, but it actually makes it easier to stay awake for one, and two, to not get so caught up in the chatterbox brain. So this eyes slightly open and deep belly breathing, and then energy sinks and the head is under not so much popcorn happening in the brain. Hands, what do we do with them? Kind of in the way. Zen meditation usually does this kind of over the tanden or hara, this kind of mudra. Do it this way or this way. And this way shouldn't be like that. This way it's hard to see like that. You can also put hands on your legs, but it's better, one can experiment. If you put your thumb like that, just go like, you put them on towards your knees, and you just gently like fold them. You can try that. Open your hands up, and then go and take them like this. You'll feel it'll be like a little. So that's another option. Any basic questions, anything on meditation? Yeah.
I have this weird mudra that a teacher taught me in a dream. I don't know if it's
In a dream?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's like this.
I have my glasses on.
He was like a big giant Zen teacher.
Where do you put it on your?
Six.
Where do you hold
Right
it?
here.
On the stomach?
Yeah. Right in between my legs. When I'm sitting up.
Do you hold it against your belly or?
No. I relax my shoulders.
Okay.
I just don't know if I should use it or not.
We can talk a little bit after, but I would say yes,
Okay.
offhand.
It seems legit.
Well, he was much bigger than you, right?
He was a giant.
Then it might be good to listen to the giant. And I'm not joking. It's humorous, but and let's see where that goes. Yeah.
In your personal practice, when you're meditating and the thought arises, how do you address it? Do you just release it? Do you say to yourself thinking? Do you label it? What is your technique?
Okay. There are different methods applied in different traditions. So something arises, thought, feeling, even sensation, whatever. Personally, and in Zen, it's just allowing the space of it to arise. And we're neither pushing it away nor jumping into it. This is really also true in Vipassana with this, I think, mistranslated mindfulness. It's called Pali Sati, means spare attention. mind has too many weird connotations in our vocabulary. So it's just bare minimal attention. It's simply notices, but it's not like an effort. We're not like going, oh wow, I just thought about, something that happened yesterday, whatever. And then noticing, and then kind of it goes away. This is, I think, too mechanical, personally, and adds extra. It doesn't really need to be there. So we're just breathing, things come up, and many things happen at once. Everything's coming, and with the breathing, it's already gone before I can do anything with it. And really, breathing and body and awareness, what is this elusive thing? Awareness, right? So, kind of take notice of breathing and body. So we say, watch the breath. Well, this is a little tricky. So breathing and body, of course, are one thing or two things.
One.
Yeah. If it's breathing is separate from body, that only happens at the end of the game. Right? Breathing and body are one thing. So breathing is a dynamic thing. Breathing body, we could call it. The breathing body is continuously moving. And that's why it's such a good anchor for meditation, because the whole point of meditation is this fluidic consciousness or awareness that flows with everything. It's not getting stuck anywhere. So if we use the breath body as our support for that, our breath body is continuously in motion. We are continuously in motion. Past, present, future. It's just like one fluid movement. This past, we're here? Anyone in the past? Like, future? Okay. However, human beings, what do? We create all this memory and all this projected future that it's part of being human. Not something to completely negate, but we get stuck in these constructs of it. So meditation is about loosening the bounds of this construct that we create, this notion of self. I create this sense of can. I was born, I did this, did that. I'm going to do this tomorrow, blah, 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 right? And then suddenly I remember something really pivotal I never thought of. Oh, I remember that. That changes everything. Well, this is all kind of, Buddhism would say it's fabricated in a way, a very deep sort of way. It's very core grasping there. So meditation cuts through this. In Zen meditation, we're cutting through this binding to these elements. So we're creating more and more spaciousness, which is innate in our core awareness. This spaciousness is enhancing, so we're not getting stuck with things that arise and come and go. And we have issues and things, and so the same things that come up, right? Things come up. But as we sit, it becomes it's less grabbing, We're not trying to push it away, we're not trying to jump in, it's just weather. Nice clouds going by, airplanes going by. And as soon as we get into naming and whether we like or dislike all these things, then everything gets all knotted up again. So in the meditation process, we're just letting all this go and things to be exactly what they are. and they come and go. Of course, in our conventional regular life, we make decisions around these things, which is important. But with meditation, it gives us more space to make more discerning and more insightful direction and not be caught by our habitual tendencies so much. Any more questions on this topic? Yeah.
Where did you go on the retreat?
Is a memory test, partly. It's many different places. More, North Carolina Zen Center, Hermes Bodhi Mandala, Zen kind of monastery at that time. Spent a year there. Mount Baldy Zen Center. Other things too. So I've also studied in Tibetan Dzogchen tradition and done some retreats in that tradition as well. Some solitary retreats in nature. Variety. It's good to have a variety. Don't get stuck in just one. Mostly in Zen and in Tibetan tradition. Any other comments, questions?
How is Tibetan tradition different from Zen? That's not Vipassana, right?
Tibetan's different. So Tibetan Vajrayana tradition is, and then within that Dzogchen has its own unique practices. Dzogchen's view is similar to Zen, and some of the practices are overlapped. Some are quite different. But these are Tibetan tapas on the wall here. It's Amitabha Buddha, there's Medicine Buddha, Buddha of Compassion, Chenrezig, or Avalokiteshvara. So in Tibetan Buddhism, is a visualization mantra practice as the object of meditation. And one is then visualizing, like say the Medicine Buddha in front of you, and you're reciting its mantra to yourself, and you're visualizing there are different stages, but part of that one's visualizing the Medicine Buddha and visualizing the Medicine Buddha's energies entering through one's heart center, for example. Or you can, in later stage, you'll be visualizing yourself as the Medicine Buddha. Vajrayana practice has more levels and more complexity and works quite well for, I think, different psychological types maybe are attracted to different kinds of practice. So if one has an affinity for certain Buddhist practice, one can discover kind of what fits one most. Personally, I think it's best, whatever practice one ends up in, to have a good sound basis in essential meditation practice in either Vipassana or Zen to begin with, and then one can add to that. Because that stays the same, the same core body breathing awareness practice is really, I would say, almost identical in all Buddhist practices. Some teachers might disagree with that, but the way it's described might be slightly different, but at base, it's really the same. Because what's the same? We're all human beings and we're all meditating, and all the same kinds of things come up. And basically the same kind of awareness is applied, very similar. And also it's really important to have an affinity and connect with a qualified teacher that one can help guide one. And engage in group practice is really important also. This kind of thing is, I think, really essential at a certain point in practice. Practicing alone on one's own, eventually it's very easy to drift off and lose track a little bit. Beginning it's fine, but long term you need group support and someone one can run off, and kind of check one's practice a little bit regularly. Any other question? Comment? Yeah.
Which place would you choose to do meditation, and are there places where you would never meditate?
Hold on a sec. What places would one choose to meditate, and where would you not choose to meditate?
Can you meditate anywhere? That's not basically.
Hopefully. But I think putting it in perspective, in the beginning phases of practice, one, certainly we need the support of setting aside a designated space for meditation. It should be, comfortable. It makes it much easier to have a space where one's living, where like the meditation cushion is there. One can just go sit there. Those kinds of small things are very, very helpful. In the scheme of things, the whole point of meditation is to carry it into our daily practice. So it's active in all activities. This takes a lot of practice. You sit, center, right? Oh, this is great. And then something happens during the day and some emotional content gets hooked, and all of a sudden it's like, oops, what happened? No, try again. No, car cuts in front of you, it's like, oh. Or just the car is like, oh, okay. So there is no really right or wrong place to meditate. It's how to meditate in any condition is the goal, you might say. How to maintain practice. That's why also I suggest keeping eyes open a little bit. So we don't hide from the scary movie too much. We're out there in the world, we have to walk the street, drive the car, eyes are open. So meditating, eyes open. We're not trying to find some subjective, peaceful place. It's right here, everything's right here. That being said also, it's really a rather advanced or a very solid practitioner that can meditate anywhere. Anywhere is a tall order these days. On retreats, usually most retreat places are, nice places with good support in natural settings, things like that. Ultimately, that some Tibetan practices take this the other way, where in practice called chud means cutting. Cutting chud means cutting off the delusion of separate self identity. So it's a very radical, it's great practice. But so in that practice, which involves, I won't get into it, but involves some visualizations and things and practices, one will actually seek out a place that naturally arouses our fear. A place usually Tibetans will do in like northern India now, and where there's wild animals, prevalent tigers, things like that. or places that have strange energies that are uncomfortable. And do the chip practice there. And actually, in that practice, one is inviting in. There's no resistance to anything. One's inviting in everything that's. But it's done in a very contained and set environment with a lot of training in back of that, so it's done properly. One Tibetan Lama told me a great story. He was doing a 3-week retreat, solo retreat in northern India, a place called Lahore, place where nobody lived. It was a tiger refuge and other things, very wild. And he had just finished making his circle around where he was going to be for 3 weeks, just spreading some offering around and setting 4 directions. He hadn't even gotten he's ready to begin his mantra practice. And between him and as close as there is a tiger. Not full adult, but almost. The tiger was really angry that he was there. It's like I would have just keeled over. It's like, you know. He grew up in northern part of Nepal, Tibetan border. He's used to the wild, you know, but still, you see a tiger 10 feet away, mostly you're going to be dead. For a couple of minutes, he was very hesitant a little bit, and then he slowly started to do his mantra practice and relaxed. And after 3 or 4 more minutes, he was pretty relaxed. He just continued. So the tiger growled at him for 20 minutes, and then finally walked off. And then the next day, the same thing happened. So he realized then he'd made his spot right in the tiger's daily route. But he didn't move. He was okay with it at that point. Tiger came by every day, it's the same place, would growl at him for a few minutes and go on. But he was quite a pretty advanced practitioner, really. He was okay with that. But he didn't resist the tiger at that point. At the same time, he had everything set properly. So that's kind of a outside story, but we have tigers, metaphorically in our life, and so we have to be able to be with them and invite them, and also allow them space to move on. Neither engaging nor pushing away. Any other questions, or I'll meditate for a few minutes.